came across her. And she ghosted her boyfriend of 11 months on New Year's Eve. And let me tell you why. She ghosted him because she lost her job. And she was mired deep in debt, like so many strong independent women are, with all of these bills. And she went from making hundreds of thousands of dollars to $0, okay? So she said she was going to be vulnerable with her boyfriend at New Year's. And she was going to say, hey, I'm about to be homeless. And I'm going to need to come and stay with you to get my life together. And that man said, no, you ain't. You ain't coming to live with me. Now, as I looked through her whole video, there were a lot of red flags from her. First of all, she told him that she wanted to be married or engaged within a year. He never agreed to that. She just said this. Second of all, she admits to yelling and screaming at this man and telling him to leave her house. To leave. So let me get this straight now. The same man that you yelled and screamed at and kicked out of your house, you want to give you a place to stay and to take care of you? Next, she complains that his best friend lives with him and that he has ample enough room. Well, if my best friend is living with me, there's no way that I'm putting my woman in the same place, because that is an accident and an issue waiting to happen. If something happens, it happened. If nothing happened, it happened. Ain't no way I put my boy and my woman in the same house, under the same roof. Ain't happening. But this shows you the entitlement of modern women today. He doesn't owe you anything, ma'am. You owe yourself. And he told her after she said, hey, I'm going to have to go and live in my car. And he said, that's not a problem. Many great people lived in their car before they became millionaires and billionaires. See, he knows. He knows she ain't it. And that argument and her kicking him out of her house and now coming back to him demanding a place to stay just solidified it. She said she ghosted him, but I bet you, he's like, woo! I bet you he is breathing a sigh of relief. If you want to see the full video, it's in the description. So I just came across her and she did a story time saying that she asked her boyfriend of 1 year to provide her with his social security number so that she could do a background check on him. Why? Because her last boyfriend was a street pharmacist and ended up doing a transaction while she was in the car with him, and she got taken in by the police as well as him. So she is saying that she wants to make sure that his background check comes back clean. Now, here's the problem that I have with this. A year, man? 365 days. A year? Why don't you do this a month in? 2 months in? Secondly, you do not need a person's social security number to run a background check on them. There's enough public record out there. If you have their full name and their birthday, which I'm sure you do because you've been with them a year, so his birthday has come up, you can run a background check without the social security number. The social security number, that makes me start thinking like, you're trying to commit some fraud or something here? What's going on? We're a year in and you're asking for this? I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to get married to a person, you're going to have all of that information. But she doesn't seem like she's headed towards marriage. But I say this all the time. If you got something that you're worried about, get it out of the way earlier rather than later so that you know. You guys tell me what you think. Should you be able to run background checks on a person a year in? And should each person, man and woman, have their background checks run and give their social security number to the opposite person to check debt, student loan debt, ladies, to check credit, gentlemen, to check history? Y'all let me know. So this is in response to the video I responded to where the young woman is going viral for saying that it's weird for someone to whoop somebody else's kids or want to whoop someone else's kids. They're trying to make a distinction in the comments between discipline and whooping. She says, I stand on what I said, LOL, I agree with discipline, not whooping. Then y'all keep bringing up money. Sorry, boo-boo. I'm a woman who can financially support herself and her kids. Well, you need to help the other women who can't. Because the numbers say that women are having a hard time supporting themselves and their kids financially. And let me make this clear. When you say you supporting your kids financially, we're talking about with your money, not with our money that we're paying tax dollars and the government's giving to you. If you're getting Section 8, you're not financially supporting your kids. We all are. If you're getting SNAP, Medi-Cal, Medicare, WIC, free lunch, any program that depends upon the collective to pay into it so that you can get things at either a discounted cost or for free or to get money, then you're not the one that's caring for your children. We all are. Okay? And that's the first thing that I want to bring up. The second thing is whooping is a part of discipline in many cultures. All right? I'm a Christian. Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. I have a daughter. I haven't reached a point, and she's 6 years old, where I have ever had to spank her. But boys are a little bit different. Boys are a little bit different. When I grew up in my parents' home, I got spankings. I got whoopings, right? And I've turned out to be successful with no criminal record. And I've accomplished a lot of things in life that a lot of kids that didn't get no hardcore discipline have not. Now, I'm not saying the whoopings caused that. But when I went to school, or when my friends was going to do something silly, if I knew a whooping was on the back end of that, I was like, yeah, I'm good, guys. When I was in school and my friends was acting up, I was like, yeah, I can't be with y'all on this, because if y'all get suspended, I got to go home and I got to get 3 whippings. One from my grandma, one from my mom, and another one from my dad, and my dad will wake me up in the middle of the night to whoop me. Now, let's get to the point that we're talking about it being other people's kids. See, that's the problem with dealing with any single moms. A man is out of position dealing with a single mom because you got no authority. You're undermined from the very beginning. If I want to spank my daughter, I could. She's a good child. I spend a lot of time with her. Spankings haven't been necessary at this point. But this is the problem with even engaging and dealing with single moms. You put yourself in a jackpot every single time. But they want you to pay for the AAU stuff for them. And they want you to help them with that overpriced birthday party that kid doesn't need. And they want you to help feed that kid. And when you guys go out to eat, then that kid's ordering off the adult menu. They want you to pay for that. See, stepdads are being used. Men who date women with children are being used. You got no authority, no say. And if they break up with them, and God forbid, you become close to the kid, you can't even see the kid no more. You got no rights to the kid. And you guys are trying to tell us that we shouldn't be concerned about the discipline of other kids, foreign kids in our home that we're paying for, putting a roof over their heads, foods in their belly, taking them to school, dropping them off, paying for extracurricular activities, supporting the mom. And you telling me that the discipline that I can give my own biological child, I can't give to that child that I'm caring for, and Pookie and Ray Ray, who got you pregnant and ran off, is out here in the world, carefree, scot-free, just roam free. Is this what you're telling me? Like, and I have previously tried to defend single moms and men getting with single moms who had their life together and their stuff together and were in good shape and their kids were great. But the more and more that I see you guys on here, the more and more I look at myself and say, we're not in that place anymore. Single moms should just simply be used for recreational purposes only, going out, dating, having fun with. You take a Costco sample of their cheeks and you just never get involved with anything serious with them until those kids are long gone out of that house. And by then, you might be married to a woman without kids.